Welcome guys, welcome. Just thought I'd do a quick video just explaining a couple of live trades that I have going at the moment, explaining, why I took that trade, what I'm expecting to happen and how I intend to manage it. Sound fair? Good. Okay. Okay guys, bring up trading view. Let's just change to 1 hour here. Okay, so here we can see that the market is in a downtrend. Okay, so, and how I'm determining that is that we've got a high point here, but it's lower than this high. So that's a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. That alone isn't enough to call it a downtrend. You also need to have lower lows all the way down, which, we have a low, lower low, lower low, lower low. If you count that whole wick, then I guess that's not, but it was just one quick wick, so I would still call that a lower low and a lower low. Okay, so what we would be expecting now is for the next low point to be lower than this one. I just drew a picture there accidentally. Okay, I didn't mean to do all that. Okay, so I'm on the 1 hour time frame, and you can quite clearly see that that is a downtrend. Now, let's go down to the 15-minute chart. So, this was this morning when I woke up. I just brought up this chart to have a look. The market was about here somewhere, I believe, right at the top here. And when I saw, I had this green one, had a little one, and then I had this big red one here. Well, when the red one got to about here, I decided to place my trade. The reason I placed my trade there was that, the high points are turning around following this trend line. So we were already here, very close to the trend line. So this is roughly where I would have expected the next high point to be. And it did look like it was turning. It had come to here. I could have waited a little while and got full confirmation by seeing this as a big bearish engulfing candle. But, I'm impatient. I jumped in here and I placed a sell order for 0.02. Currently, I have a stop loss placed where this line here is. Originally, my stop loss would have been there. And the reason I would have placed my stop loss here would have been simply that if the market didn't turn around, I guess, I don't want to put the, I wouldn't want to put the stop loss right up here above this highest high, because that's a long way between those two. That's a big amount. So I just placed my stop loss there because I'd come to the conclusion that this was the next high point and that the market was now going down. If it had then jumped up to here, that would have meant I was wrong. It hadn't finished going up yet. So I'm trying to pick the top here, and I'm saying that the market is going up, but that I decided that it had stopped going up here and was going down. So I placed my trade. If the market had then came right up to here where I had my stop loss, that would have simply meant that the market hadn't finished going up yet. So my analysis would have been wrong. So I'm going to stop it out and minimize a loss. It would have only been a small loss. But anyway, so that didn't happen. The market did start trending down. And after I placed this trade, I then just got the drawing tool, and this wavy light blue line here is just, I just scribbled it in really quickly, but that's roughly the way I was expecting the market to play out and to get down lower than this previous low. So the reason I've quickly scribbled that in is that, obviously I'm not Nostradamus and it's not going to follow my prediction precisely, but if it does something completely different to what my little squiggle is, because that's what I'm expecting. I'm placing this trade based on the fact I think the market's going to do that. If it doesn't do that and it starts to veer off that considerably, then I'd have to look at what it's doing and possibly decide to get out of that trade. And as you can see, it's, not exactly, but it is sort of following my little squiggle, so that's good. I'm currently, this yellow line here puts me, that's, if we want to measure this up, from where I entered the trade until there is a 5% change in the value of the YFI coin. This is a 5 times leverage trade. So that means if I closed out right now, I would make a 25% profit, which isn't too bad. But based on my analysis, the next low point, you can see low point, the next low point should be lower than this low here. So I really, sure, I can take profit now, and there's never anything wrong with taking profit. But I placed this trade based on the fact that I figured we were in a downtrend and that it was going to get lower than this low. So I have every confidence that it will get down lower than this low here. And if it does, if it gets down equal with that last low, that will be an 11.6% change, which at 5 times leverage is, over 55% profit. And, that's quite a significant profit. What I will do though, is that I will probably, when I get down to this green line, that's 10%, I will probably close out half of my trade. So I'll secure good profit there and I'll let the rest ride. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll keep my trailing stop loss, or this stop loss just tagging along, or on Binance I can't do a trailing stop loss, but so I just keep manually moving this stop loss down. And the reason I'm only closing out half my profit here, because that's good profit. That would be a 50% profit. And I'll close out half my trade there, so that'll be a 50% profit on half of my trade. But I am expecting a lower low, so having the market come right down to about here somewhere is a very real possibility. And down here would be like a 75% profit. So I'm simply closing out half of my trade here, to secure profit. Nothing can go wrong then. And I have a stop loss here. So even at the moment, this is a completely risk-free trade because this yellow line is my entry point. My stop loss is below it. So I can't possibly lose on this trade now. But, at 10% here, like this will be 50% profit. I'm pretty damn happy with 50% profit. So I'm going to close out some there and secure that bag. And then, because we like to make more and more, I'm going to let the rest ride a bit and probably, aim for 55, or probably just keep an eye on it and keep moving that stop loss down and take as much as possible. So that's what I've done on that one. I won't explain the next one as much, but it's basically the same. When I woke up this morning, the market was just sort of here somewhere, and I saw that it had a high, a lower high, lower high, lower high. So I whacked in a sell order here. It is a very obvious downtrend as well, because we've got lower high, lower high, lower high, and that's where I entered. And we've got a low, lower low, lower low, and then that's continued on after I've taken the trade out. So that's going good. At the moment it's trending up, but because it's in a downtrend, I'm expecting this to turn around before it reaches this last little lower high. If it goes past that one, then that would be an indication that the downtrend's broken and I may want to get out of that trade. But hopefully it turns around and comes down and reaches a new lower low. And then the next higher high will be here somewhere. As you can see, I've done the same with the squiggly little line. So it's following that at the moment, although it's gone a bit higher than I would like at the moment. So, and my stop loss is still right up here. So I definitely haven't, it's definitely not a risk-free trade yet. But if this one turns around now and makes a new lower low and then a new lower high, the new lower high will be here. At that stage, I will move the stop loss down to about here and make it a no-risk trade. And then we'll just see how far that downtrend continues. There was a significant jump up here during the night. So there's really no level of support for this at the moment until we get right down to here. So just based on what we're looking at the moment, there's a very real possibility that this downtrend will continue all the way down to here. If it does that, that will, that will give me, it's an 8.6% move. This is on a 10 times leverage, this one. So that, if it reaches there, will give me an 85% profit. Same as the other chart day, I will take some profit, just, halfway down to that goal. Just to secure it, the stop loss will be there. So there'll be, a no risk trade, and we'll see how it goes. All right, well, I might make another video later tonight and just give an update on how these two trades are going. Cheers, guys. Talk to you later.